而事實上我發覺啊，如果真係我唔講俾你聽嘅話咧，其實你可能第日會問啊，點解又話你唔講俾我聽啊？咁樣係咪？咁簡單嚟講就係話 Web 真係有一啲成1個鐘頭零9個字全篇啊，就係講呢樣嘢嘅啫，就係講我今日講呢樣嘢。但係後尾發覺佢種得太緊要啊，而再後尾我真係 check 翻，從各方面去 check 翻，而並且佢陸續都發布呢啲嘅資料咧，咁我覺得唔單止要講啦嚇。咁當我真係接觸嘅時候咧，就發覺哇唔係喎，我越睇越嗰樣嘢合乎聖經嘅喎，聖經有講呢樣嘢嘅喎，而其實就係同你講一個咁樣嘅題目。因為我從慢慢佢不斷講嘅時候，開頭我諗住唔講，唔掂喎，即係佢講嘅嘢咪就係直情摩西講嗰個。如果 handle 得唔到，呢個咪就係將來666系統，而並且有呢啲嘅好似金牛族嘅罪咯。但係相對佢哋離開嘅時候，同埃及去攞呢啲金銀唔係罪嚟㗎，係神叫佢哋做㗎嘛。但係點解會做多呢一步咧？唔通喺曠野有百佳俾佢哋可以買嘢？嗰啲金銀攞嚟做乜嘢咧？佢哋首先喺西奈山係做咗金牛族先嘅，係咪？但係後尾原來係我哋係建殿嘅，金子銀子要運去神嘅殿咧，最先係由嗰度開始嘅，係咪？咁然後這殿嘅榮耀比先前更大，所以第一個殿咧係由摩西起嘅時候咧，係將埃及嘅金子銀子去做呢個會幕，跟住去到所羅門同埋大衛嘅時候咧，就係嗰個國家嘅金子銀子去運去起呢個殿啊嘛，係咪？咁但係最早嘅活劇佢哋都係抄翻摩西嘅，咁我一陣間就同你講一個咁得意嘅內容。其實我同你講一點咧，就係將來會成為666嘅經濟系統嘅。OK 嚇，即係呢個而家我將你同你講咧，就係666經濟系統嘅前身嚟嘅，就係即係等於金牛族嘅前身。OK， 但係佢而家仲係金子銀子嘅時間。我而家同你講一樣嘢咧，就係其實按照 Web 所顯示，聽清楚啦。呢樣嘢咧係會升價升得好緊要嘅。佢 mark 咗個日期，咁我聽，咦？照翻個日期睇，真係有發生喎。咁而令我好震驚啊！我而家同你講呢樣嘢就叫 Bitcoin 啊，但係可能你唔知道 Bitcoin 嘅來龍去脈啦嚇。咁首先咧，唔係 Web 講咧，我就唔會 check 嘅，因為 Bitcoin 咧佢由3年前就出現喺呢個世界嚇，但係佢係按住電腦天才 Cliffy 講咧，佢係完美嘅。因為我當我睇翻之後，我再睇翻佢嗰個程式啊，佢嗰啲安排，我諗啊，一定唔係人類可以做到出嚟，因為嗰個人一定要知道全球可能線事件嘅嚴重性，而設計咗一個經濟系統，可以喺全球可能線事件之後都用得嘅系統。冇嘅喎，而家暫時世界上嘅中央銀行啊，乜嘢都唔得噶嘛，係咪？但係竟然有一樣系統係得嘅嚇，所以我發覺哇，好驚人喎！而呢個系統咧，佢出咗嚟先至恐怖，就係嗰個人去寫咗之後，首先寫嗰個人咧係匿名嘅，係冇人知佢係邊個。佢搞出嚟搞咗成年，佢寫咗呢個系統啦，同好多人去接觸啦，但冇人知係邊個。而佢只係有個名啫，個名就叫智慧，即係一個日本名嚟嘅嚇。咁就寫咗呢個系統出嚟，一擺出嚟之後咧，佢就消失咗啦。佢話我做第二樣嘢。到而家嚟講咧，就算紐約時報去查佢咧，都查唔到佢係邊個嚟嘅，係完全唔知呢個人係來龍去脈係乜嘢啦。做咗咁多嘢，接觸咗咁多 engineer， 但係佢提供嘅呢個 concept 出嚟咧，又係非人類諗到嘅。我哋知道銀行都有咗幾百年啦，係咪？從來冇人解決晒銀行所有嘢，我講緊係解決晒喎，包括佢嘅可能貶值啦，導致你入去提款儲錢啊，都有好多呢啲嘅手續費啦，係咪？冇人可以話可以喺銀行存錢嘅時候保證你係年年升啦，係咪？因為股票先至升得快啫嘛，係冇人保證得到噶嘛，但係佢解決晒，佢解決晒世界上有歷史以嚟所有銀行嘅問題，一個 program 而呢個 program 仲會自己進化嘅。所以係冇人類寫得到出嚟嘅，同埋呢個 program 一定存在，去知道能夠預知未來嘅，佢先至咁樣寫到一個咁樣嘅程式，係夾住我哋每一年而家去演變成為一個咁樣叫 Bitcoin 嘅 program。首先，佢點解會全球都會接納嘅其中一個理由，就係今晚你哋點解坐喺度嘅，同樣係個理由嚇。個理由就係 Bitcoin 而家係幾多錢一個咧？佢係世界上唯一一個貴過美金咁多倍嘅貨幣啊 ！OK， 佢係一個電子貨幣，係一個虛擬貨幣，係唔存在喺呢個世界，係存在喺電腦裏邊嘅啫。OK， 而家一個 Bitcoin 價值係183.8美金，180美金都當我 OK。喺幾個禮拜前我同策略家去講嘅時候咧，我話按住 Web 講，而家 Bitcoin 會升喎，呢7日裏邊會升喎。而家雖然貴啲，42蚊美金，都應該好勁喎。我同佢講嘅就係42蚊，但係你知唔知道？按住今日而家，如果以而家嚟講人民幣嚟講咧 ，Bitcoin 由佢3年前創造出嚟到而家，佢升咗幾多倍咧？嗱，我哋知道 Microsoft 嘅股票升咗3000倍啦，佢3年裏邊升咗10萬倍。 OK， 而家我哋就係企喺佢就嚟再升多一個10萬倍嘅中間。而家我同你講呢一段説話，佢會再升多一次10萬倍。OK， 即係話如果你3年前用1000蚊港幣買，而家你就有1億港幣啦，係咪？即係柏安打跛4隻腳，佢都可以無憂無慮啦。以後係咪？所以你而家就明白點解我要講呢樣嘢咯。原因就係話當時佢講嘅時候，佢講得好誇張。佢亦講話呢7日你睇住啦，點，而將來佢會點，跟住會點。咁但係佢係經濟系統嚟㗎嘛，係咪？佢其實話咧，而家你所見到 Bitcoin 嘅出現嘅現象，其實就係銀將會有嘅現象。因為我哋直情 email 俾佢添嘛，即係同佢通訊，佢又肯回信俾我哋啊嘛。咁佢話你見到而家 Bitcoin 有嘅現象，其實就係銀會有嘅現象。不過咧 ，Bitcoin 嘅升幅咧係其實係仲有一個10萬以上去嘅。咁換句話講，如果你想買嘅話，你可以買一個。但係呢一個 Bitcoin 咧，我提議你，佢其實係可以去到10億美金嘅呢一個 Bitcoin。OK， 佢係可以去到10億美金。嗱，每一個 Bitcoin 都可以分為1億份嘅，所以你可以0點好多個零數到腳趾都用埋咧都得嘅，已經算係好低價。但係其實佢出嘅就係低過1000港幣嘅。OK， 所以仍然係嗰句啦，如果你當時用1000蚊買嘅話，而家係超過1億嘅。其實個實數啦，個實數如果佢出現嘅時候，你用1000蚊港幣買咧，其實而家大約係2億5千萬度啦。如果你當時3年前啫，佢而家3年內會完成另一個嘅升幅嘅，3年內就會再升多，正如我所講啦，最少升多10萬倍嘅。但係問題呢3個禮拜我睇住佢咧一路演變，同埋我一路越聽越唔妥，同埋睇佢演變同埋佢所講嘅嘢就係其實係將來嘅666系統嘅，冇錯，佢會變成金牛族。即係佢將來會變成金牛族，但係而家卻係金子銀子咯。即係喺其他呢一個嘅所謂，即係呢個世界裏邊嘅一啲嘅經濟轉移。咁首先咧，約略俾你知道係乜嘢先啦。佢係一個設計出嚟係將會取代全世界銀行系統嘅一個貨幣嚟嘅。咁而呢個貨幣咧，而家講佢用途先啦。首先佢嘅用途可以咁嘅，你擁有咗一個 Bitcoin 之後咧，你就可以用你嘅電話啦。用你嘅 iPad 啦，用你嘅電腦啦去買賣嘅。譬如好似你見到阿德昌件衫好靚喎，啱你着喎，你嘅 size 同佢差唔多啊。咁你同佢講掂數，咁然後咧就佢遞件衫俾你，你就可以過個 Bitcoin 俾佢。中間係冇任何銀行經嘅。OK， 而事實上咧，每一個人都將會肯用 Bitcoin 嘅原因係點解咧？而家已經係有賣屋啦、賣車啦、旅遊啊、買機票啦，係啲人餐廳啦都用 Bitcoin 嘅。
Traditionally is an area in Berlin where people are politically very aware, where people are critical towards existing systems, and where people are discussing and looking for alternatives to the existing systems. Therefore, Kreuzberg is actually a perfect ground for Bitcoin to arrive and to reach people and to convince them.
What attracts me to Bitcoin is the possibility to be in control of my own money and to transfer that money without anybody say so across the whole world in split minutes or seconds with 0 fees.
Bitcoin really is the first global money we have. Bitcoin is something that could be from a science fiction novel, but we're having it today and not in 20 years.
Looking at the way the economy is going and the way that we're dealing with it, I don't really trust having my money in the banks. I think, maybe 2 years ago I might have felt less strongly about that, but after seeing what happened in Cyprus, I feel very strongly that we really can't trust the institutions that are around us.
I've used Bitcoin to buy a bunch of things. Honey from Thailand. I've bought some historic flags from the United States. Of course, I've bought my beer and my burgers here at the bar. I've bought gold and silver Bitcoin. I've bought a ticket for a concert next week in Berlin.
I first came across Bitcoins because 2 Spanish friends of mine who were very worried about the way the economy was going in Spain decided to invest their inheritance in Bitcoins. It was 30,000. They're not rich people, so I found that pretty shocking, and I thought it was a huge gamble. That was about 3.5 years ago now. Something like 30,000 has gone to 600,000, so they did very well.
We're working on establishing, as I believe, the world's first Bitcoin-based local economy, using Bitcoin as an alternative local currency with global reach, a Bitcoin neighborhood, as we call it.
I'm not that far familiar with Bitcoin so far. We just started 2 months ago to accept it. The advantages of the Bitcoin payment is that it's so easy, it's fast. I don't have to sit down on the computer and log myself into a bank account. Bitcoin scares people in suits, which I like. We're a punk rock brewery. Being able to go to Asia, America, South America, wherever you want to go, and being able to pay with one currency would be a nice thing for this world. Lots of bankers would get bankrupt.
I decided to accept Bitcoins because it's an easy way of digital payments, and it does not mean that I have to pay others a certain percentage of my money, more or less, in order to get the money on my account. It is interesting to see that there is not a specific typical Bitcoin payer. It's random people, so I don't think there's a prototype Bitcoin payer. It's not only nerds, let me put it that way.
2013年4月26日，《華爾街日報》報導 ，eBay 嘅首席執行官 John Donahoe 表示，支付網站 PayPal 將會尋求接受比特幣嘅方式。2013年10月，全球首部比特幣提款機於溫哥華面世，其後於2013年12月，一間瑞典公司開發咗另一部比特幣提款機，就係將現鈔即時轉換成比特幣。
For Bitcoin believers, this is the future. A Swedish company unveiled what it says is Europe's first Bitcoin ATM.
You can push the button to make it the official first transaction in Sweden.
With just a push of a button, this little machine transforms hard currency into Bitcoins.
It's done, and it got a pop up right there.
Now, if you're asking yourself what a Bitcoin is, you're not alone. While the digital currency is trending, with more than $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoins in circulation, it's relatively new, and how it is used remains something of a mystery. So who would actually use this ATM?
Probably first it will be the Bitcoin enthusiasts that want to check out the cool Bitcoin ATM. But beyond that, we think it's a great way for people to get introduced with Bitcoin because they understand what an ATM is.
For now, the ATM will be housed in the developer's Stockholm office. But they hope that in the new year, it will be relocated to a shopping district.
There's a lot of hype, but it's quite possible that it will last if enough people think it's an easy way to make payments.
And the only place in the capital of Sweden that's currently accepting Bitcoins? A food truck specializing in crepes.
Okay. Nutella for monsieur. How are you paying? Bitcoin, please. Bitcoin.
While the Nutella is heating up, the Bitcoin user scans his Bitcoin wallet, which he can now fill up at the Bitcoin ATM, and electronically, payment is received. The company expects to deliver at least 10 more ATMs to locations around the world.
2013年11月，維珍銀河表示接受乘客以比特幣付款。2013年11月，塞浦路斯嘅尼科西亞大學成為首家接受以比特幣支付學費嘅大學。2013年11月，澳洲汽車生產商 Tom Car 宣布接受比特幣。其後2013年12月，美國更有一名男子用比特幣購買一輛 Tesla 電動車。2013年12月，韓國首爾出現第一間接受比特幣嘅麵包實體店。2013年12月，大型網上零售商 Overstock.com 表示計劃於2014年6月接受比特幣。Overstock 於1999年創立，並且2002年於美國納斯達克掛牌上市。現為大型網上零售商，每年嘅營業額為10億美元。於2010年被福布斯雜誌選為全美15間最想加入工作嘅公司之一。佢原本計劃於2014年6月先開始接受比特幣，現已推前喺2014年1月接受比特幣。其 CEO Patrick Bryan 甚至認為大型購物網站 Amazon 最終亦會接受比特幣。2013年12月，上市公司華爾國際旗下 W More 購物商城宣布，自2014年1月1日起接受比特幣為支付工具。